my main financial priority is to build long-term wealth, making sure I'm saving consistently, investing wisely, and strengthening my financial resilience so I can handle life's unexpected costs while still planning for the future.
Personally, my financial planning priorities are centred around one thing: family. Now that I've settled in a long-term house and with children, providing for and protecting them is paramount. My wife and I have ensured that our will reflects our wishes for the guardianship of the children should the need arise, and how any trust which would look after the assets on behalf of the children might operate. We've also checked and ensured we have sufficient life assurance and critical illness cover in place should something happen to one of us.
So for me, one of the biggest focuses is making sure that I put money away every single month, even when it feels hard. Investing regularly and making sure that I have a solid emergency base just means that if life throws any surprises at you, it's covered.
My main financial planning priorities are really thinking about how I can retire, getting a date in the diary for that and making it real, and then thinking about how affordable is that going to be. At the same time, it's thinking about my children and the degree to which they're going to become increasingly independent.
My financial planning priorities are saving for my retirement and helping my daughter get on the housing ladder. And helping clients save their retirement is a big part of my job. So it's not surprising that sometimes for financial planners that slips a little way down the to-do list. It's one of those admin things that we kind of put on. But I've really chosen to try and engage more consciously with my pension planning and ask myself what I ask my clients. What do I want my retirement to look like?
So a key aspect to my role is working with clients and helping them identify what their financial objectives are, and really setting an ambitious timeline for them achieving those objectives and priorities. For many of my millennial clients, their top priorities at the moment are getting onto the property ladder if they haven't already, and potentially having to pay for childcare or private school fees. Therefore, it may be a struggle for them at the moment to try and make maximum savings, but I would suggest at least trying to put £100 here or there where you can into a cash ISA or a stocks and shares ISA, and potentially upping the amount you put into your pension each month. The reason being is the compounding effect this will have for later on in life.
For me, it's really important that millennials get solid foundations in place, avoid inertia, even though retirement can still feel quite some way off. It's about striking a balance between childcare costs, for example, debt reduction, but also trying to put in place good habits for longer term tax efficient savings with the future in mind.
People in my generation are typically at the very start of their financial journey, so laying strong foundations is essential. That means building an emergency fund so unexpected costs don't turn into debt, using credit wisely, keeping borrowing low, and ensuring credit cards are repaid in full each month. Starting to invest once an emergency fund is in place, aiming for long-term diversified investments that can offer better potential returns than cash savings.
Ultimately, it's about having an ongoing conversation with the clients. Their situations evolve, families change, income requirements change, and part of the planning process is to understand their needs and on an ongoing basis.
And thinking about financial planning priorities for my clients, one of the things that often gets overlooked is wills and powers of attorney. And I know that's slightly morbid, but unfortunately, as a Gen Xer and getting older, it's one of those things that we really have to pay attention to.
So, for example, one of the things I talk to most about that baby boomer generation is whether they want to focus on prioritising lifestyle or legacy.
My role is to help clients identify the key considerations and potential pitfalls for their stage of life, how they interact with their personal priorities, and ensure any action is taken where needed. Ultimately, my aim is to provide confidence and peace of mind by keeping the ship on course.
Clients consistently prioritise having enough for day-to-day life while still saving and investing for the long term. They want to build resilience, create buffers against the unexpected, and also maintain a sense of stability despite competing demands. For many in my generation, financial planning isn't about one isolated goal. It's about holding multiple priorities together at the same time and trying to build a life that feels secure, sustainable, and hopeful.